What the Dealio Sealio? It's your boy Eldorado here, back at it with another video for you guys, and today doing something just a little bit different. So for those of you that don't know, which is probably quite a few of you since I'm pretty new to YouTube, my favorite anime is One Piece. So today we're going to be opening up 4 of their brand new card game decks. One Piece just came out with their brand new card game, and they actually just released 4 new decks for it. Starter Deck 1, which is the Straw Hat Crew. Starter Deck 2, which is the Worst Generation. Starter Deck 3, which is the 7 Warlords of the Sea. And Starter Deck 4, which is the Animal Kingdom Pirates. And today we're going to be opening all 4 decks in this video. And we'll also be dropping more videos in the future for more One Piece content, as they also just dropped their first base set, which is entitled Romance Dawn. And they're also going to be dropping more starter decks in the future. Like for their 5th deck, they're going to be dropping it for the One Piece Film Red, as well as a Navy deck for their 6th structure deck, as well as I believe they're doing deck 7 as the Big Mom Pirates. But with all that out of the way, just do me a favor, guys. Thumbs up the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Really greatly appreciate you guys' support, and let's get started with this one today. Cue headache-inducing intro montage. Blah. Alright guys, let's get started with the first starter deck being the Straw Hat Crew. Here's also the back of the box, which gives you a nice, good, detailed list of what you're going to be receiving. And it looks like we get the leader card, Monkey D. Luffy, and then we get a bunch of character cards being Usopp, Karoo, Sanji, Jinbei, Tony Chopper, Nami, Nico Robin, Vivi, Frankie, Brooke, as well as the SRs from Monkey D. Luffy and Roanoa Zoro. And it looks like we also get some event cards here. The Guard Point, the Gum Gum Jet Pistol, the Diable Jambe, and the Thousand Sunny. Also down at the bottom, it tells you also get the 10 Dawn cards and the 1 play sheet. Also, something that I failed to mention earlier, I did get the sleeves for each of the decks. So not only are we going to take a look at the cards and everything inside the box, we're also going to make sure that we put them in their sleeves. Let's get started with opening this first box here. So I saw that pretty much each box has this little bit of tape on each side, so I went ahead and just peeled it off because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get off at first. And now we're going to get this opened up from the top here. I'm going to pull this out. When I first looked at these boxes, the first thing that came to mind is that they kind of look like manga, like when you see like the manga, like actual books on the sides like that, and you see them like on a shelf, and it kind of looks like that. So that's a really cool little detail. Okay, so inside we have our play mat, and I'm assuming there's some rules. Let's take a look here. Of course, it's upside down. So here's a good look at the play mat. I'll actually zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. You see where your character cards go, and then you see also where your leader and your stage cards go, as well as your deck. You have your life over here on the side, the Dawn deck, the cost area and the trash. I played a little bit of the card game because there is an actual app that you can download to actually play the card game, and it's actually a pretty fun game. It is a little bit complicated at first, but I feel like with a little bit more time, a little bit more practice, and playing a little bit more of those card games, you'll actually get a little bit more understanding of how it actually works. As with any card game, I mean, it's just basically just getting started, so let's give it a little bit of a chance. Here is the back of the playmat, which can kind of show you a little bit more of the rules and how your turns actually work. And if you guys want to pause it and take a look at that, you're more than welcome to. And now we're taking a look at what's inside the actual box itself. And to be honest, it reminds me a little bit of, and just to go back in time a little, some of you might be too young to understand this, the old Super Nintendo games, when the game was inside of the box but inside of the cardboard itself, it kind of reminds me of that. If I see an image or something on Google, I'll just throw it up on the screen so you guys can see. Blah, there you go. But yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me of, just those old Super Nintendo games that used to be inside the cardboard. And just taking a look at this is, whoa, okay, hold on a second. Oh, well, yep, that is exactly kind of like what that's like. And the thing that kind of caught me off guard, the cards themselves. Let's talk about this for just a second. This is the only thing protecting these cards. They're not inside of any kind of plastic or anything, but there's just this here on the side. You guys can see it's just that little bit of plastic. Bandai, come on. So as you can see, here are your Dawn cards here, and then these are the actual playing cards themselves. That's, I'm assuming, the back of them there. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this little plastic off and kind of just go through each card. Go. We'll first start with getting these Dawns out of the way. Yeah, because the actual good cards are right on top. Okay, so here are our Dawns. That's our Monkey D. Luffy there. We're gonna put Monkey D on the side for a second. So here are all 10 of your Dawn cards, and think of this as me pretty much showing them for all the decks for this video, because you're pretty much just getting 10 of the same exact Dawn cards within each structure deck. Here's what the back of the Dawn cards look like. And here's the first card of Structure Deck 1 for Monkey D. Luffy. The leader card you can see right here in the bottom right corner of the screen, where it is the actual L for leader. I feel like I'm taking an L trying to get this to focus. There we go. All right, and there it is, the L for leader. So this is the leader card for the Monkey D. Luffy Structure Deck for the Straw Hat Crew. Here is also the back of the leader card, as well as not just one, but two of the super rare Monkey D. Luffy. And again, just looking absolutely beautiful. Back of the card there. And there's the front. And here are your two Roronoa Zoro cards. There's one, and there's two. And now let's take a look at the rest of the deck. You got Usopp. You get 4 of those. You get Karoo. You get 4 of those. You got Tony Chopper. Here with that cotton candy. Loves that cotton candy, doesn't he? You got Robin. Nico Robin. 4 of those. You got Sanji. Getting 4 of those as well. You got Jinbei. 4 of those. You got Nami. Everybody loves Cat Burglar Nami, of course. Boom. Then you got your Vivis. Vivi was kind of bland to me, but hey, she's there. She's cool. Got Frankie. 4 of those. And Brook. Right there. You got your Guard Point. 2 of those. Gum Jet Pistol. I actually really like how that style is kind of written out there. That's actually really cool. And then the Diable Jambe, which is Sanji's, one of his signature moves. And then, of course, you can't be the Straw Hat Crew without the Thousand Sunny. Gotta have that Thousand Sunny. Here are also the deck sleeves that we'll be putting the cards in. Here's the back of the package. And let's just get this open here. Really nice and easy from the bottom. Pull those right out. And it looks like they just kind of open up right here from the top. Let's just get one out real quick to take a look here. Okay, it's got a nice, very shimmery background for where the card goes. Then here's the back of the sleeve. nice, good feel. All in all, pretty nice looking sleeve there. Let's see what they look like in the actual card in the sleeve. So here's our sleeve, here's our leader card. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Boom, boom, nice and easy. And it's a perfect fit. Look at that. Let's see how that card looks. The back as well. Nice. Nice fit, nice and snug. And here are all the cards for the Starter Deck 1 Straw Hat Crew displayed here for you to see. All in all, these cards look absolutely beautiful. I love the centering. As I was putting the cards in each of the sleeves, I noticed that these cards, a little bit different from Pokemon cards in the sense of the centering, the backs, everything was just so nicely printed and so nicely structured. There's no whitenings on them or anything like that from what I can tell. And the gloss and the overall feel of the cards is really sturdy and really strong. And yeah, I really just enjoy looking at these cards. Also, my favorite card from this deck would have to be the FSR Luffy and the Roanoa Zoro. I feel like they're the two that stand out the most from this deck. I do like Sanji. I like the art for Sanji, the Diable Jambe, where he's about to actually do the move. Not just the card itself, that's the event card, but the character card as well. But overall, really awesome deck. Really like the way that this deck came out, and yeah, very excited for the next one. Next up is the Structure Deck 2 for the Worst Generation. And just like with the last Structure Deck, you get the 50 cards, you get the 10 Dawn cards, and the 1 play sheet. You also get yourself a leader for use as Captain Kidd. You get the common cards for the Vito, the Urog, the Capone Gang Beji. You get Killer, you get Kobe, Juribani, Scratchman Apu, Trafalgar Law, Basil Hawkins, Heat, Beppo, 2 SRs are used as Captain Kidd, X-Straight, you get the event card Scalpel, and you also get Repel and Straw Sword. And again, I went ahead and took the tape off the side so that we can just get right into the box and pull out the contents. Again, same thing, you got your playmat and you have your cards here. Starting with the first card of this deck, we got the Eustace Captain Kidd. Again, that beautiful rainbow holographic right on top of there for the leader card. Here is your Trafalgar Law, and you also get 2 of those as well. Here is the Eustace Captain Kidd, the super rare. Love that Captain Kidd artwork. Beautiful. I just love how you have the, when he uses the Punk Vice, he gets all the metal all attached to his arm and getting ready to attack there. That looks awesome. Coming down now to our commons. Again, we got Vito. You got Urog, the Mad Monk. Can never really pronounce his name very well. Urog. And then you got Capone Gang Beji right here. You got Killer, who is like Captain Kidd's like pretty much his first mate, or his, you know, his first commander, however you want to call it. Got Kobe. Got Juribani. Got Scratchman Apu. Basil Hawkins. You got Heat. And Beppo. I actually really like Beppo. He's one of my favorite characters on, at least on the Heart Pirates. I mean, there's not really too many of them. They're kind of like meh characters, but like Beppo, I feel like he really just stands out to me. He's really funny. It's X Drake right there. Finding out a little bit more about X Drake, the more the actual One Piece saga continues. Got Scalpel right there, one of Law's attacks. You got Repel, which is one of Kidd's attacks. You got Straw Sword, which is actually Basil Hawkins' attack, and I think that's it. Yeah. And just like with the Straw Hat crew, we have the Worst Generation sleeves right here that we're going to be popping onto our cards. Again, here's that metallic-y glossy front with the picture of Captain Kidd on the back. And here are all the cards from the Worst Generation Starter Deck 2. All in all, again, I love how this artwork looks on all of these cards. This deck probably, in my opinion, is probably going to be my favorite, just because I like a lot of the characters that they chose to use for the worst generation. My favorite character of all time, of course, being Trafalgar Law. So I do love that they did put him in this deck. My favorite card in general, out of all of these cards, as far as the look and the style, again, it's got to be the super rare Captain Kidd, with kind of that more of that manga art style on there. But again, I love all these cards. I love all the art styles so far, and yeah, again, I'm just looking forward to opening more of these. We still have 2 more decks to go, guys, so let's keep going. Moving right along to the 3rd deck in the One Piece card game, we have the 7 Warlords of the Sea. Here's also the back of the box, and with this one, you get Crocodile as your leader. You get Edward Weevil. You get Crocodile again as the SR. You also get Gecko Moria, Draco Mihawk, Jinbei, Sentomaru. You also get Trafalgar Law, Don Quixote del Flamingo, Bartholomew Kuma. You get Buggy, Pacifista, Boa Hancock, Marshall D. Teach, as well as Sables, and Trust Pad Cannon, and Love Mellow. So just to let you guys know, I did make a mistake when recording the footage for this video, but I didn't notice it until post-production. The original footage of me opening this specific deck wasn't recorded properly, so I'm just gonna redo it and re-show you the cards again. You're gonna notice that the cards are already in their sleeve, because this is now in the post-production part of this video, but I'm just gonna re-record it and show you the actual cards from this deck. Starting with the leader card, we got Crocodile, as well as the 2 SRs for Crocodile as well. Looking awesome. Then we have the Don Quixote del Flamingo card, which is probably my favorite card from this deck. And you get 2 of those as well. You also get Edward Weevil. Got Gecko Moria, get a couple of those, as well as Draco Mihawk, 2 of those. You got a Jinbei, Sentomaru, you got Trafalgar Law, you got Bartholomew Kuma, got good old Buggy the Clown there. Get a couple of those. Got Pacifista. Got Boa Hancock. Marshall D. Teach. Here are our event cards here. We got Sables. Trust Pad Cannon. And Love Mellow. And here's a look at the whole structure deck number 3 for the 7 Warlords of the Sea. All in all, a very good deck. Very awesome artwork, just like all the other ones. My favorite card probably from this whole entire structure deck, of course, is the Don Quixote del Flamingo, as well as obviously the Crocodile cards look really awesome. Marshall D. Teach looks awesome. All of these cards, just very lovely artwork, and some very good artworks from the manga as well on the event cards. So yeah, just a solid structure deck and awesome artwork all around. And now we're down to our very last structure deck, being structure deck 4, the Animal Kingdom Pirates. And also within this structure deck, you have your leader card being Kaido. You also have Uti, and then you have Kaido again with your SR as well as King. You have Queen, Sasaki, Sheep's Head, Jack, Jin Rummy, Who's Who, Black Maria, Page 1, X Straight, as well as your event cards being the lead performer, Disaster, Brachio Bomber, Blast Breath, and the stage being Onigashima Island. And with our structure deck 4, we have our leader Kaido, looking awesome and fierce as always. We also have our SR Kaido as well. Here's our King card, looking awesome too as well. And to be honest, I got kind of spoiled with how King looks underneath his mask. If you guys haven't seen how King actually looks underneath his mask, I'm gonna throw a picture of it on the screen just because the card was spoiled for me. If you don't want to see this, go ahead and skip forward a few seconds, but I'm just gonna throw it up. Plop, there's that card. That card looks awesome. That's a part of the Romance Dawn base set that I do hope to pull whenever I do open Romance Dawn. And to be honest, that's probably one of my chase cards in the set. Here are all of our common cards. Here's one being Uti. And then we have Queen, Sasaki from the Tobi Roppa. And we have Sheep's Head. We got Jack, Jin Rummy, Who's Who, also from the Tobi Roppa. We have Black Maria, Page 1. Gotta get these Tobi Roppa people on here, definitely. And then we have X Drake. This is actually, to me, a better looking X Drake than the one that was in the other structure decks. Way better than the other prints that they did. The Lead Performer Disaster, which you have Jack, King, and Queen all in the front from the manga. Here's the Brachial Bomber, one of Queen's attacks. And the Blast Breath, of course, is Kaido's main attack, one of his main attacks. And the stage card, Onigashima Island. Also, real quick, again, here are those sleeves for the Animal Kingdom Pirates cards. And here's more so what the sleeve looks like out of the wrapping. And here are all of the Animal Kingdom Pirates cards, all laid out for you to see. Here, looking at these cards, again, 10 out of 10 with the artwork. I really love the Kaido and the King super rare cards. They're probably, again, my favorite cards, probably of this structure deck. But I also like this X Drake from the manga, as well as your Tobi Roppa cards, your Page 1s, your Utis, and your Who's Who, Black Maria. All of these cards are really, really nice, again, with that artwork and that art style. And again, just really enjoy just actually looking at the cards and opening them up and showing them off. Really loving what they did with this art style. Now we're going to just put all the decks together and just do a quick recap. And here are all 4 decks put together, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, again, just give me a thumbs up. Put a comment in the comment section. Which card was your favorite card from today's video, along with what your favorite deck was from today's video. Your favorite card doesn't have to be from your favorite deck. Your favorite deck doesn't have to have your favorite cards in it. Just throw any comment that you like down in the comment section and let me know how you felt. Overall, I have to say my favorite deck of today's opening would probably be the Captain Kidd's Worst Generation deck. It had more of the cards that I like personally as a One Piece fan, from some of my favorite characters being in that deck, as well as some of the art style. I also like a lot of the cards from some of the other decks as well, from the Crocodile and from the Kaido deck. The Straw Hat deck to me was probably my least favorite of the decks. Not to say that any of the decks sucked at all as far as art style or even playability. It just didn't have a lot of cards that stood out to me. But overall, again, I'm a huge fan of this franchise, of this anime. I will definitely be buying more cards in the future. We'll also be doing an unboxing and an opening of Romance Dawn once I get my hands on one of those booster boxes. Right now, guys, I'm not gonna lie, those booster boxes are starting to go for almost $200 a box, and it's like, honestly, I mean, it's a good product. I see a lot of people are really interested into it and really willing to give it a chance and let it grow and put money into it, but some of these scalpers are just charging way too much for a booster box. Me personally, I feel like a good comfortable size for a booster box would be somewhere around $120 to $130, but I'm seeing prices upwards of almost $200. So I'm more than likely just going to wait for like my local card shop to get them. Shout out to New World Gaming. They're a card shop here in the Aubrey and Little Elm area that I stay in, and that's where I got my structure decks from. I also ordered some extra structure decks from another website that I'm going to keep sealed and just have for my own personal collection. I'm going to put links in the description and just some information where you guys can find more stuff about this product, places where you can go to order them, or even a shop where you can go pick them up, and as well as even the Bandai website where you guys can see more product being updated and release dates for certain stuff, so that you can go ahead and get your hands on some of this product as well. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Again, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and just enjoy the rest of your day. You deserve it.